Hi, it's skycat.live! Yeah! It is Wednesday, I think. Yeah, it's Wednesday, 12/6/2023, or a Wednesday, December 6th, 2023. It is 3:30 in the afternoon. We're going to be solid for like 12 hours here till 3:30 in the motherfucking morning, or whatever it is. It's going to be a long day. And I am just playing the bells to cleanse the world of the evil demon, banker, hacker, harassment, cyber bully, cocksucking energy and get it the fuck out of here. Losers, get them out of here. Cleanse the world of them. Keep them out of here. Yeah. And so there we go. And I am going to play some World of Warcraft, some Fallout 76, and some EVE Online. All of those games are loaded right now. We're going to get off the big face here and get right to it. Nothing's been going on in the world today, really. That's oh, well, actually, something did happen today that we are going to cover. Twitch has left Korea, and you cannot be on Twitch in Korea anymore. They're ceasing service of Twitch in Korea, which is a big wave in the in the content providing scene, which is my scene now, like it or not. And that's making big waves because the Koreans are cut out of Twitch right now. And they just couldn't seem. I'm gonna learn more of the details. The CEO of Twitch came to speak today, and that was on SFan's video, so we're gonna watch that, but not yet. We're gonna play some games first, and I'm gonna drop the video off now. Deactivate, activate. Hello, and we shall get to it. But first, I will load into my various games today, which will be. World of Warcraft, Season of Discovery, level 17 Rogue. Fallout 76, level 16, I think Fallout 76, level 16. Brand new character, just doing the content. That's it. And I guess I'll do all my morning bullshit here on Fallout. I should pay for it monthly if I'm going to play it, but I don't know. I paid them so much money. I really don't feel that bad skating on just selling stuff and scrapping and selling everything. I'm okay with that. I paid them so much money. I don't mind sitting here playing this game for free. I paid them 2 years of a sub. Like, I bought the game twice. I've given them like $600 for one single game, which I think entitles me to sit here and play for free if I want. Oh, I'm level 20 now. Nice. Okay, there's that. Now we're getting on EVE. We're on EVE next, and we'll get out to the belt here. Yeah, good, looking good. I suspect that I could probably bump the graphics because 76 is an actually really optimized client, unlike most of all of the rest of software. 76 is like really an optimized client, I would say. So we're gonna bump shader to medium, and that's it. And hopefully that's enough where the game doesn't look like complete and utter shit anymore. Yeah, that's a little better, Doesn't look that good, but it looks better. Oh, there we go. And we're playing 76 for the ambient, and now we're going to fire up World of Warcraft, which I thought I had already done, but apparently not. Oh, no, I did, but it crashed. So I did all this, but FFXI won't load. So that took like 5 minutes of my time while I figured out what was happening with that. FFXI would not load. Now this seems like it's eating up a bit too much of the frame rate for WoW, but let's see. Are you okay? No, you don't seem to like whatever I did. It's the shader on EVE, I think. Oh, that's looking pretty bad, man. Yeah. So let's go. Oh god, yeah, I don't know. Are you, like, rendering or something? What's causing all that? Yeah, you can't even get frame rate. I don't know, man. It's the EVE shader, though. Oh, no. Can you even alt-tab? You piece of fucking shit. Thanks for doing this to me on a brand new restart, brand new graphics driver, brand new everything. Just started up. As soon as I start the stream, you immediately drop frames to 5 on all 3 fucking titles. Working fine all day long yesterday for 120 frames on all three, but the minute I start up today, something I was doing while I was sleeping with my computer off changed, so I dropped down to 5 frames per second on all three titles, and I really love the consistency that Microsoft Windows engenders every single day of my life. I really would hope that they go tits up and we never hear of their company ever again. I'd be absolutely fine with that. Let's get Microsoft the fuck out of here. It's Microsoft. So, yeah, so I don't know. Can't even alt-tab to my titles, so I'll just kill one of them, I guess. Kill Fallout 76, I guess, since you can't seem to even get a frame rate. Yeah. You say 104. I don't believe you. Oh, you are now, though. Oh, cool. What are you doing here? Wow, look at you just cantankerously die. Look at you die and suck dick really bad on stream right in front of the whole world. Jesus Christ, you suck, and it's not you, it's Windows. Thanks, Windows, for being such a piece of living shit. Thanks. I hope you and Bethesda and Microsoft and Blizzard can all go off into an eternity of sucking each other's dicks and failing and going tits up. I hope all three of you go tits up. After watching your programs for 20 years, I hope you all go tits up. And you want to talk about biting the hand that feeds? There it is. I hope you go tits up after witnessing some of the dirty, dirty shit that I see every day. I'm sorry. I hope you go tits up. I hope Blizzard, Microsoft, and fucking Bethesda all go tits up. I hope they do. I don't mind. I wouldn't mind if I never saw them again. I'm sick of this bullshit. I'm saying. I would mind if I lost EvE, and I would mind if I lost like. That's it. I wouldn't mind if I lost like all of Bethesda, all of WoW, and I'd be happier, honestly. Like watching you guys stumble and watching Microsoft stumble makes me so sick every single fucking day. Maybe I should reformat so I can get Windows to work again correctly. Apparently you have to reformat or whatever. I don't know. But whatever. Something about these hadn't loaded yet. Like, these games hadn't loaded yet, so Fallout 76 had a memory leak. And it's Windows. It's not fucking Fallout 76. It's not WoW. It's not EvE. It's Windows sucking dick. It's the ultimate dick sucking fucking culprit. It's the ultimate dick sucking culprit in all of it. And I want it gone. And there is not a relevant OS to replace it yet. And that is because Microsoft sucks so much dick and killed so many developers' fucking careers and slaughtered everybody and took them all to task and either hired them or fired them or got them slashed and burned. And this is why Microsoft is what it is, and I really want a competitor to Microsoft. I want the Android to iPhone that we have for the Android to iPhone, right? Except I want something that can compete with Microsoft, and it's not Linux and it's not Apple. I need something real that can compete with Microsoft. I'm sick of your monopoly sucking dick and causing shit to suck all day. I'm sick of it. Get you the fuck out of here. Get you out of here. Software billionaire despot fucking thieves. Get out of here. I'm dead serious. Get the fuck out of here. Stop ripping us off. Stop crashing every single fucking day. Stop suddenly working, suddenly not working. You know, all that stupid ass shit. Like, watch, it's suddenly working now. Watch. Just because I loaded in a different order or whatever appeased Microsoft's sense of whatever. You know, whatever appeased Microsoft or whatever enabled these to suddenly run with no settings change or anything at all, right? Totally fine in 120. And we go from 5 to 120 because Microsoft sucks dick and they should be replaced. Where is it? I thought this was America where monopolies weren't allowed. I do not consider Linux and fucking and Apple OS, whatever it is, fucking whatever they call that now. I don't even know. I don't care, frankly. I do not care. I do not consider that legitimate, valid competitors. We have a monopoly in the operating system fucking sector, and I want Microsoft disbanded and sued and frozen by the government. I want it now. I wanted it 10 years ago. Get that fucking monopoly the fuck out of here. Make the government make an OS that actually works. I don't care, but get them the fuck out of here now. Fuck Microsoft and get them out of here. Get them out of here. I'm sick of them choking people's careers, killing our fucking productivity, poisoning the fucking military, and killing my experience every single fucking day. I'm sick of it. Get them the fuck out of here now. Get them out of here now. Sue them. Do whatever the fuck you have to do. Get Microsoft the worst goddamn fucking monopoly since Mr. Spectacles on the fucking Monopoly box. Get him the fuck out of here. I'm sick of his moneybags asses, his rich Mr. Moneybags I rape children on the Lolita Express asses. Get them the fuck out of here. Get them out of here. Get Microsoft out of here. Where's the prosecution? I wanted it 10 years ago. Fuck you guys. You're not a government. You're fucking clown shoes. Your clown shoes do nothing, like do nothing, Congress, and I'm fucking sick of it. I'm sick of you failing me every day. I want the fucking product I paid for. Fucking thievery assholes. Fucking thievery corporation. Fucking Microsoft. The biggest thievery corporation in the history of man. Please pull the gun out, Bethesda. Please pull my weapon out. Jesus Christ, you suck so much dick. Watching you stumble through development makes me so sick. Fucking Microsoft, fucking Blizzard, fucking... I'm just gonna let it go, guys. I'm sorry. I did not mean to start angry today. I just, you know, I was doing fine till, you know, suddenly we've got 90 to 120 frames in all 3 games, but not the first time I tried. It's gotta be the second time I tried, right? Please, stop that. Please, Microsoft. Please, Microsoft, please stop. Jesus Christ, it's like an entity in the room that's actively working against me. Please stop actively working against me, Microsoft. I need you to stop working against me and work for me. Jesus Christ. Fight Microsoft. My job, it's not video games or streaming. It's fighting fucking Microsoft all day. I swear to God. It really is. That's why we make the big bucks. We fucking fight Microsoft all day. You know it. I know it. We fight Microsoft to try to deliver a fucking, like a theatrical show every single fucking day, and that's why we deserve the money. It's not because we're good or we have good personalities. It's because we have to fight Microsoft like a fucking boxing match every day of our career, and that's why you should pay us millions. If you had to deal with the Microsoft and the children, you would want millions too. Microsoft is why I think this job pays so much money. It really is. We should pay streamers millions of dollars to deal with fucking Microsoft every day. Absolutely. Software people too. Anybody who deals with Microsoft deserves 6-figure salaries. Absolutely. Get them the fuck out of here. Please stop that terrible, terrible noise. Please stop that. Please stop that. Microsoft can like somehow open my fucking Project Discovery somehow. Fucking Microsoft did that, not me. I didn't press shit tilde. Microsoft did. Please drop the weapon. Please drop the weapon. Please switch the weapon. Please switch the weapon. Please do something. Please do something. Please do something. Please stop that. Please stop that. Please stop that. Please stop that. Please, whatever it is you're doing, it's Microsoft. It's Microsoft doing that. It's not Bethesda. That's something with Microsoft. Jesus fucking Christ. Fuck Microsoft. Watching you fail in real time like that is disgusting to me. And I'm gonna put it on the fucking stream every single fucking day till they prosecute your fucking ass. I'm dead serious. I'll put it on the stream every day. They don't believe it's real what I'm talking about. Yeah, reality every single fucking day will change your fucking mind sooner or later. You're gonna see it fail every single fucking day, so you'll want Microsoft the fuck out of here every single day too. You think I'm kidding? No. These people should be prosecuted for theft. I'm not kidding. I could bring the Microsoft into the courtroom and easily fucking prove it.
The asteroid is depleted.
Whole thing is a fucking circus, like this song. It's retarded. Fucking idiots. What was it about this time that I loaded Fallout 76 that you liked, Microsoft? What was it? What was it about this load that gave me all the frame rate back, huh? Is it because I had to try 2 times? Why was it, Microsoft, that you can suddenly run all 3 fucking clients perfect all fucking day for 14 fucking hours, 70 to 120 frames on all 3 of them, right? But not the first time. The first time, you gotta really make sure that at the start of the fucking stream, you embarrass me. Fuck you. I hope you go tits up. I hope your fucking company gets taken from you. And I really want you prosecuted for the Lolita Express. It's not just you, it's your fucking studio heads too. Your fucking studio piracy heads. Your demon banker bullshit CEOs and all their fucking, you know, 1%er assholes. Fuck those guys. Fuck the products that you rip us off with and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Fuck your monopolies. Fuck your biopolies. Fuck your triopolies. Sooner or later, it'll all be the same thing. Microsoft, the government, Blizzard, and fucking all the things that plague us every single fucking day. It'll all be the same entity. It's disgusting. Watching the fucking Texaco Halliburton takeover of this fucking world, fucking watching the products they think that are acceptable and the inflation and the money they charge for it, get them the fuck out of here. Fucking traitors, monopolistic, fucking like straight up fucking griftonomics assholes. Get them out of here. Man. You shouldn't have ever let it get this weak. You shouldn't have ever let it get this bad. You and your fucking quest for money's your god now or whatever the fuck could go suck a dick. You never should have let it get this bad. Daily ops. Nope. Sorry, wrong one.
Talking to me?
If y'all need a picture of a fog crawler, I got one here in Carlton, mine.
Audio
Aggro.
master. Oh, good. You aggroed me while I was running. Great. Now I can't pay attention to turn these guys off.
Alright, cool. Y'all heard me?
Come on, man.
I had to look that booger up on the internet.
Voice chat mode. Auto. Area. Team. None. Back. Audio. The chat. And the voice are turned off. There. There we go. That guy can talk, but I don't care. I'm not looking to talk to these people. Brandon. It is weird because she was a woman. I always wondered about this. Do women take, like, boys' names? I think they do. And it's smart. Women are so much smarter than men. Like, dude, like, why not? If I was a woman, I would absolutely call myself something like Brandon, which sounds like some kind of fucking, like it sounds like some kind of egotistical bro type, doesn't it? Brandon, who's so fucking into their own name and their own boyness and their own guyness that it has to be a guy, right? But when she spoke, it was an actual, honest to God woman. And I really love that. It was a woman named Brandon. And it's funny because why not? It sounds like Brandon, you know? Fucking... Oh, stream's a little laggy. Yeah, sorry. Oh, yeah, it is. Wow, yeah, it is. Why? Oh, that's bad. Oh, yeah, that is bad. Thank you for the warning. I'll fix it. That should be better, hopefully. Yeah, once the game actually, like, gets out of there. Yeah, apparently it can't do this today. It did it fine all day yesterday, but it can't do it today. Thanks, Windows. I hope you get prosecuted. Yeah. How long have you been doing this? 45 years? How many children did you rape? How many hundreds of thousands of software developers did you put out of business? How did you fuck the military so badly? How are you putting in this product still receiving money? How is it you haven't been prosecuted? Why were you on the Lolita Express, Bill Gates? Why were you on the Lolita Express so many times? 15, 16 times? How many children did you rape, Bill Gates? How many billionaire software despots are we going to have to put up with? And all of the shit that it does to our careers every single fucking day before we actually prosecute. Oh, it turns out that the cops and the government and the billionaires and all the shitheads are all the same thing. And so, sorry guys, can't do anything about Microsoft. Sorry guys, Microsoft! Can't do anything. Can't do anything about the frames or anything about that. That's Microsoft. Can't do anything. We lost to Microsoft today. Just accept it. That's what I do every day. It's Microsoft fucking us. Sorry, guys. What can we do? I like having 3 games, but no, I can't have nice things because Microsoft and the government and Blizzard and all these other people are involved. So yeah, yeah. Sorry, guys. No, can't do my 3rd game today because, well, maybe I can. Let's go see. Let's see if maybe the FFXI fixed. Let's see. Because Microsoft. Oh, hey, cool. I'll at least be able to play FFXI. I can't play Fallout 76 right now. Microsoft says I can't. Sorry, guys. Microsoft says I can't play Fallout 76 today for some reason. Maybe it's because I got a new video card driver today and a Microsoft update at the same day. I'm guessing that's why. So because I got Microsoft involved on my computer today and I took the update, I was nervous about it. I wasn't allowed to play Fallout 76 today. My daddy Microsoft says that I can't play Fallout 76 today. So I said, okay, Daddy, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry I'm down here and you're up there with all those billions. You keep raping children and phoning in and slaughtering my career with embarrassment every time I try to run a game on your OS. And no, Linux is no better. I want an Android. I want an Android OS. I want an Android OS. I know. I really do have the faith in them to do it. I do not have the faith in Apple, fucking Microsoft, or fucking like Linux. No. They're all cut from the same garage. I want somebody else. I want their monopoly the fuck out of here. I want to hear about Steve Jobs or Bill Gates ever again. Get them the fuck out of here. So hey, Microsoft permitted me to log to the Final Fantasy server today. I got 11 cannot bind to listening sockets in a row. That's Microsoft. That's Microsoft. I hate to say it, but that's Microsoft. That's not Final Fantasy, or sorry, not Final Fantasy, but that's not Horizon or their servers or me or my router or the internet or any of that. That's straight up Microsoft full blown fucking me on 2 different titles today for like an hour. And so thanks, Microsoft. Thanks. It's so fucking awesome that you treat me this way. I really think that you should remain solvent as a company and not go belly up and all your money taken from you. I really think you should be around in 2024. I hope you go tits up like the Trumps and the Republicans of the fucking world. Get them the fuck out of here. All of them are liar thieves. Get them out of here. They're all the same thing. What is this now? Oh, yeah. So, hey, at least I got my FFXI running. Daddy Microsoft won't let me play Fallout 76 today. So, sorry, guys. The plan that I had I guess the plan that I had was to play FFXI. So, I guess the plans that I had are initially still the same. But I had to go through, like, 20 minutes of software shit in a rage on my stream to get it to happen. Because Microsoft sucks dick, and I don't know why we haven't prosecuted them. Prosecute them. I'll yell it every single fucking day for the rest of my fucking life. Prosecute fucking Microsoft and get them the fuck out of here.
Good evening, and thank you for being here. For those who don't know me, I'm Dan Clancy. I'm the CEO of Twitch.
Okay, what are we doing here, Microsoft and Google and all these corporate entities? Are we going to load, or YouTube, or Google and Microsoft and YouTube? Are we on agreement now that you'll load this website, or are you just going to fail on me 4 times like before I get it to work? Let's just see, Oh, good. There we go. So you unlisted me. Thanks for that. Thanks for unlisting me, YouTube, without my permission. Thanks. Thanks for taking a 29-minute stream and tanking it. Thanks for that. Thanks for that, Microsoft and Google and YouTube. Oh, they're all the same. They're all the same child rapists. They all stay at the same cigar clubs and vote for the same Trump. Get them out of here. Criminals. Came on strong today. I was really in a happy mood. I walked for 2 hours and all this, but no, Microsoft sucking dick on a fucking like a Microsoft update that tanks everything and breaks 2 games and all this shit. It's like a pretty good start. I was like, man, I think it might be a good day, and I think it's gonna be a good day once the Microsoft's full-blown sabotage of my career ends for this particular session today. It happens every day, but it's really good when the sabotage from Microsoft ends and I can actually change the vibe and like get back in the mood and try to do my job without Microsoft failing and interfering. You know what I'm saying? It's like pretty fun. It's like really good when I get that good feeling like, oh my god, Microsoft might not piss all over my day today. Oh man, another day went by and they haven't been prosecuted. Oh man, but Microsoft pissed on me today. Thanks, piece of shit. So now, where are we going? We'll go to wherever Bastock owns, which is QFIM, I guess. QFIM. I could go in the tower now. Maybe QFIN might actually be not that bad. I don't know. The tower wouldn't be that bad. Those things are like level 30, I think. If I go up a floor in the tower. Oh, no. Floor 9 might actually be pretty good for me, which is fast, sort of. Let's go consult the BST camp again. I want to get away from this goblin because all these hundreds of people are fucking leaving and it's driving me crazy. It sounds like somebody warping out of a fucking EVE Online gate. It's kind of annoying. Go over here real quick. So, yeah, let's go look at the BST camps for today. See, once the Microsoft gets out of the equation, we can go back to being, you know, Mr. Rogers and Bob Ross, you know? But as long as the Microsoft's not involved or any of the piece of shit software developer thieves, we can be like Bob Ross and Mr. Rogers. We absolutely can. We're actually really happy people when you keep the Microsoft out of it. You'd be surprised. The Microsoft, the demon bankers, the child rapists, and the oligarch, right? The oligarchy, if you keep those things out of life, you'd be surprised how happy humans actually are. And we don't prosecute because we like being unhappy. We don't prosecute these people because we like being unhappy. We like being stolen from. We like our children being raped. We like our fucking, you know, we like our Lolita Express and all that shit. At least they do. Because, you know, they don't care that children get raped. Bill Gates walks. They don't care if there's a monopoly. Bill Gates walks. That supports their billions. A monopoly means that only one person gets all the world's money. It's the actual definition of it. One person gets all the world's money. And we don't prosecute that particular monopoly because we like the abuse. We like the Microsoft failure every day. We like hearing about your elderly mother dealing with Outlook for 2 hours every single fucking day just to run an email correspondence. We like hearing about this shit. We like hearing about, you know, how Bill Gates slashed and burned 300,000 careers. We like hearing about that. We like hearing about the oligarchy, like Twitch and all this shit, leaving Korea. We like it when this happens and never seeing Korea on Twitch ever again. We like it when the software developers act like thieves. We like the abuse. We like it when they rape our children. We like it when they steal our money. We like it when we don't prosecute. We like it when we don't prosecute them. We like all this abuse. We are S&M fucking masochists now, and we like it when billionaire software developers cut out Korea entirely out of our consciousness. We like it. We do. We like it when the rich white man tells us what to do and rapes our children and steals our money through software. We really like this. We want this to happen. We don't prosecute. We don't care. It's a lawless game, software, for some reason. White nerds making software is a lawless game somehow. They crack down on the black tar heroin and the cocaine and the guns and all that shit, but they just let the software developers just steal billions in Bitcoin left and right. You know.
Yeah, the Korean audience was not able to make it. We're not doing the translation in this stream. So
we're gonna start it over. Sorry, okay. And we're gonna get on to something more. Well, not positive. It's not a positive thing, but here's an example of $1 billion software giant tech completely killing something like 1 million streamers' careers, completely killing their careers. Twitch is completely killing at least 1 million Korean careers today. Did you guys know? We love the oligarchy and the Sun and the Microsoft. They're totally fine. They're totally fine. Just keep letting them rape our children and cut Korea out of our consciousness. Who cares? You know, let them rape us and steal our money and, you know, fly around in billion-dollar jets and all this shit. Yeah, let's, just let it, gold toilets and all this. Who cares? Just let them fuck us. Who cares? Oh, it's Skycat's fault that Microsoft failed in 11,000 different ways today. It's my fault somehow.
Twitch Korea is shutting down.
Good evening, and thank you for being here.
And here's the oligarchy devil flexing its muscles, kicking Korea out of our fucking consciousness because the weird tribalist fucking shitheads can't stand Korea for some reason. I don't know why.
I'm Dan Clancy. I'm the CEO of Twitch.
White people don't like Korea. I don't know. I like Korea. Love Koreans. Got no issue with it. But never met a normal white person who did. I gotta say.
I think many of you know we made an announcement today about Korea.
And that sucks.
Earlier.
So we're gonna cut Korea off Twitch, I guess. So let's get him off YouTube next, and maybe all social platforms. You know, just get them out of here, I guess. We'll get them out of here before we'll get Microsoft out of here, though. That's one thing I'm certain of. We will absolutely kick Korea out of our fucking global social circles before we'll get Bill Gates, the child rapist, out of here, though. I can guarantee that. We'll get Korea out of here before we get Bill Gates. He's intrinsically like sucked dick into the military, corrupt prison industrial complex and all this shit, and fucking children while he's at it. And we don't prosecute people like that, but we do kick Korea off Twitch. We'll kick a country off Twitch before we'll prosecute fucking Microsoft though.
Translation in this stream. So let me
tell us, white man. Tell us, rich white man, please. Please, rich white man, tell us how we should kick Korea off Twitch. Yeah, please, rich white man. I need to know how you're gonna get Korea off Twitch. You just don't like them, do you? Just fucking admit it. It's racist, it's bullshit. You know it is. You just don't like Koreans, rich white man. Just fucking admit it.
I wanted to go ahead and explain the announcement.
Now, you're a pretty good face. I think you personally probably like Koreans. But no, the rich white assholes who run Microsoft and the governments and the fuck the children and all this, right, are definitely telling you what to say. And I look at this as the rich white man telling me that they don't want Koreans on Twitch anymore. Tell me I'm wrong. Fucking tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
I suspect most of you that are here have read the announcement. And
came on down from the Trump Reddit 4chan boys that Korea's been excommunicated from all of our projects or whatever. So yeah, just follow Daddy Trump or whatever and just kick Korea out of Twitch and kick Korea off the internet and all this shit, you know. We don't need them. They're just people. Who cares, you know, etc. They're just expendable. They are part of the world or something. We don't need them. Fuck them. Kick them off Twitch. Listen to you, rich white people. Fuck you guys.
Explain why we made the
you want to tell me that's not racist? You're banning a country from Asia, the only country in the world. It sounds racist to me. You oligarchy fucking piece of shit. I'm sorry. It does.
To be clear, this was a very difficult decision.
Yeah, fucking better be. Better be difficult. You kick Koreans off Twitch. You fucking racist piece of shit.
It's something that
I thought you were good, but nope. First thing I hear from you is we're kicking Korea off Twitch. First thing. Okay, you said, well, second thing. First thing is yeah, you can stream to other platforms now. That was admittedly positive. I took my Twitch affiliateship, albeit with some reservations, and I took my 5 subs or whatever, you know, that I was gonna get from it. And so then the second thing is, we're being racist and kicking Korea off Twitch. You can tell me it's not racist. I'm not going to ever agree with you. That's fucking racist.
Look at a variety of other options.
Disgusting rich white people acting disgustingly rich and white. White people behaving badly. South Park made fun of you. They should have. White people behaving badly. That's what this is.
Support themselves through Twitch. And then
we're sorry to all the Korean people who make a living off of their Twitch people. Fuck you. Bye.
The asteroid
sorry.
is depleted.
Fucking rich white people behaving fucking badly. Imagine if Korea owned Twitch and they were like, America can't play along. America can't play. What do you think we would say? You know, like white people, you're racist. You know what we would say. You know what we would say. It's what I'm saying about the white people. It's fucking racist. It sounds like you banned an entire Asian country because you don't like Asian people. I'm sorry, that's how it comes across to me. I mean, I don't hang out with these people. You can pay me to hang out with these people. They're pieces of demon banker shit. I would never hang out with these people, so I don't know what they're fucking thinking. I just think they just kick Korea off Twitch and sounds racist to me. Like Trump sounds racist to me, like when he kicked the black fucking waiter out of his Atlantic City casino, or he kicked the black man out of his fucking rally, or like when he said get all the Mexicans out of our country, they're all rapists and murderers and shit, right? I'm sorry, I just go with what I see and what I hear, and I'm very convinced that the Republican Party is absolutely fucking racist because they talk about kicking the Mexicans out of our country, and Twitch kicks Korea off of Twitch. You know what it all sounds like? Trump. It sounds like rich white people behaving badly.
Decision, and I'll try and explain why we made it.
Yeah, why we made it. Yeah, it's their internet. Yeah, it's their internet is why, guys. The excuse we're going to go with on this one is it's something to do with their internet infrastructure that's been working fine for 14 years. Or longer than that. 16 something. The internet structure that's been working for 16 years. We woke up this morning and suddenly South Korea just couldn't connect to Twitch anymore. There's something with their internet, guys. I haven't even watched this video yet, so let's take a guess at what their racist, exclusionist, fucking bullshit, fucking corpo fucking logic is, right? Let's see. Is it South Korean internet? Let's see what they blame it on to get the Koreans out of here. Like Hitler and the Nazis. Let's see what they blame it on. Let's see, huh? I don't even know. But I'm guessing they're going to blame it on what they always blame it on, is that country doesn't have good internet.
Try and pop some out. I'm keeping an eye on chat as well. I may see something. Obviously, we won't be able to answer all of them. I've also picked out some questions that we think are the most common questions that I will answer right off at the beginning. So, first of all, in terms of getting the announcement, as we mentioned in the blog, we announced today that we have decided to shut down the Twitch business in Korea.
I'm sorry, guys. Sorry for the anger and the vitriol and all this, but I will say... yeah, we're doing good. Every minute that goes by that Microsoft doesn't fuck with me, I'll be happier, I promise. Okay? As long as Windows doesn't fuck with me, I'll be in a better mood within half an hour. I'm sorry. I really feel so bad that I treated you this way, but this shit is not okay.
February 27th of next year. So I realize this is very disappointing news for the Korean creators and the Korean audience, as Twitch is an important part of their lives. Many of them have invested a great deal of time creating active communities on Twitch. And so this is obviously very disappointing. I don't want to talk about why we're doing, but also what we can do to help support you in this transition. So ultimately, the reason for doing that...
Yeah, you're Twitch, and the only thing you are doing this for is money, and you're not going to support them when you cut them off. So don't try and act like you are. Don't speak in your fucking corpo speak about how you're going to help them transition from you firing their asses to something. You're not going to fucking help them transition. You fucking fired them. Be honest about it. I dislike how you speak in CEO lies all the time. Every time you open your fucking mouth. We make fun of you for it. You guys remember Tom York? Something about Tom York that might help you understand how weird he is. A lot of people don't really understand how weird Tom York is, but he is. He's a crazy hipster douchebag like me. He's pretty weird. And something to help you understand how much we really hate these guys and want them prosecuted and have, he wrote an album called Hail to the Thief about Trump and Bush. Like, Tom York wrote an album about Bush called Hail to the Thief. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is somebody who's a bit weird, and I will say why, right? Tom York, all of his lyrics are extremely good because all he does is take shock statements made by tyrants and puts them into his lyrics. But I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? Or Gucci squealing little piggy and all this, like all this stuff, or no alarms, no surprises, right? Like that's all CEO neurolinguistic speak. Like, I forget the word for it. There's a word for this. It's like literally you speak in power statements that CEOs and presidents, like that's literally the model by which he wrote his lyrics was power statements by tyrants and leaders and shit like this, right? That's why they're always so powerful. And you don't know it till you look for it, but all of his lyrics are like this. They're like statements by old prime ministers and shit like this that like scared the world, that you would see on the front of newspapers and shit like this. Banner headlines. He speaks in banner headlines is the best way to say it, right? He sings in banner headlines. Don't leave me high, don't leave me dry. That's all governmental leadership like stuff. It really is. And so when you understand that this guy is speaking in corpo logic and neurolinguistics, and he's talking about easing the transition of what does this guy have? This guy does not have a financial fiduciary responsibility to Korea. Well, he does in respect that he owes them money until he pays them out. But once he pays them out, which is going to be at a date that he sets, not them, right? He's going to pay them. He hasn't paid them yet, but he'll pay them at a date that he sets, and I'm sure he'll speak about this too. And I'm sorry, but this stuff, it is racist. And he's going to talk to you about their internet structure and the fact that they just couldn't cut it. But I mean, really, they kicked Blizzard out of China, and they're kicking Korea off of Twitch. And it's because they don't like Asians. Let's just be frankly honest about it. Pale faces with a lot of money really don't fucking like Asians. We blamed him for Pearl Harbor. We dropped bombs on him before we dropped bombs on Germany. We really don't like Asians, do we? I like Asians, excuse me. But the rich white people... Damn it, the sensitivity on this thing is up too high. Sorry, I'm going to turn it down. There we go. Yeah. I mean, we didn't drop the bomb on Nazi Germany, did we? No, we dropped the bomb on Nazi Japan. Because we really dislike the Asians way more than we like those white Germans. Let's just be fucking honest with your fucking imperialism and all your bullshit. You gotta kick Korea off of fucking Twitch, rich white man? Give me a real reason.
Is because the cost to operate Twitch in Korea is prohibitively expensive.
Why?
We spent a significant effort working to reduce these costs. The costs that dominate are the network usage fees.
Korea's network usage fees is so expensive that you want to stop doing Twitch in Korea. Is that what you're saying? I admit that I believe that could be possible, but it sounds a lot more like racism to me. Now, I'll accept your excuse because I have to. It's not my company or my people. Or my country, or any of that stuff. I can't do anything about this. And I guess I'll accept your lie, but it appears racist to me.
Then the other markets.
Why would South Korea, the most technologically advanced country in the fucking world, be so expensive internet-wise that you couldn't run Twitch? It doesn't sound right, does it? It doesn't sound right. Why would Silicon Valley be so expensive internet-wise that you can't run it? It doesn't seem right. It doesn't sound right to me. It sounds like you don't like Korea.
We need to have with the network providers and what we need to pay.
Network providers, I guess. If it's just bottom line that they can't pay the network providers to run Twitch, I guess, okay. I'm going to have to accept the fucking lie because I can't disprove it.
The bits that we are serving to the end users, the end result is that it's over 10 times more expensive to operate in Korea in terms of the network usage fees. As I said,
yeah, all the comments are like, "Oh, this guy is a fucking ventriloquist dummy." It's like an AI speaks and his lips move, and all this shit is crazy. Some of the comments are like, "What? The net usage fee excuse again?" Right? They're saying all the things that I'm saying. Rip Twitch, right? Rip Twitch is now the next thing I'm gonna say.
Ways to solve this problem.
I'm glad I got 5 subs off of Twitch before it went tits up. You know what I'm saying? That's five subs I didn't have. After 2 years of fucking work.
He looked at a
they have a bunch of weird internet laws as far as I know.
Yeah. I think you guys really backed this guy less than a month ago, and now you're looking stupid. So you're inclined to back his corpo speak and validate him. But I mean, it's a racist boycott. If you guys are too scared to say it, I'm not. I've never been too scared to say it. I would have said it when I was 14. I'll say it now. Racist boycott.
And we did an experiment on this. This reduced some of the cost, but not nearly enough, and we were still at over 10 times the cost of other countries, and it was still at a point where it could not break even.
Okay, that I am willing to accept. I do believe that Twitch is so inept that they couldn't make money in Korea. I do believe that. I think they're so inept at doing business and so rich and white and desperate that they come across as gringos. And so when the Asians see them coming, they charge them 10 times they do any other country. And I would do that too with these idiots because they aren't smart. They keep telling you how they're geniuses at work. But the choices that they make, like kicking Korea off of Twitch, aren't too smart. I'm sorry, it's just not the kind of choice a smart person would make, you know. So I'm sorry, or anything Trump did, or anything. I'm sorry, these are just not choices a smart person that should be leading us make, you know.
720p, and while this made improvements, the improvements weren't enough. And the fundamental problem in Korea is because of the cost of delivering the bits. As Twitch grows, we actually lose more money in Korea. When we say it's not profitable, we don't mean taking into account any of our fixed cost of running the business in terms of me or engineers or anything else. We're just talking about the variable cost of running the service in Korea. And it creates a problem when, as you get increased usage, which is obviously what all of our creators want, is they want us to invest in getting more viewers to enjoy Twitch, that in fact you lose more money as more people watch and enjoy Twitch. We've been operating in this way for quite some time. About 3 years ago, that's when
I changed my title. I forgot.
And we do this in a manner that is sustainable over time and responsible. And that's why we've been working and doing so many experiments to see if there was a pathway forward. And we finally had to make the decision that we did not see that pathway. So let me go into some of the details. So on the 27th, the viewers in Korea will no longer be able to purchase Twitch products, and streamers will not be able to monetize through the Twitch products. So both sides of it. And so you won't be able to subscribe or get gift subs or use bits. Up until that date, Twitch will operate as it does today. The final payout to the Korean creators will be on March 16th.
Oh, good. They're not going to pay him till March either. Oh, good.
Be, you know,
that seems fair.
So we're still determining exactly what will happen.
That seems fair. Yeah, just don't pay them till March either. You just fired them. Give them their last paycheck 10 weeks later. Any other business in the world, if they were attempt to do this, they would face serious ramifications in court, serious lawsuits, serious political interests, serious fucking like exposure from the media and all this. But these are software developers we're talking about. It's the Wild West in software development. Who cares that they fuck Korea? Who cares that they cost billions of dollars with their racism? Who cares? It's their software developers. There's no reason why they should ever have to obey any laws. There's no reason why they, you know, why would they ever follow social mores and norms and not kick an entire country out of their fucking business structure because of racist ideals? I mean, they're not normal people. They're software developers. Laws don't apply to them. No laws for Bill Gates. He can rape children if he wants. It's fine. Just let him kick Korea off the internet. It's fine. It's totally fine. We don't need him or something. Whatever their reality they're thinking.
Accessing Twitch. Again, we are
kick Korea off Twitch. They don't look very white. We gotta kick them off the Twitch. Kick them off the Twitch. Or maybe you would like a Nazi regalia song instead. That would work too. There's two. Dun, 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 dun. We don't want Koreans on our Twitch, We're gonna kick them off and blame it on the money, We've never banned a country off our website before, but we're gonna start with Korea. Fuck Korea for some reason. Because we're rich and white, and we push rich and white ideals, and hate on Korea and Asians, and drop bombs on Japan instead of Germany, and all this shit because they're not white.
February 27th is when the monetization abilities will be turned off.
Say what you want about Germans, but I think most of them would qualify as white, I would say. So that's why we dropped the bomb on Hiroshima and not the real problem, Berlin. Tell me I'm wrong. I'll say it. I don't care if they cancel me. I'm not making any money off them anyways. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I'll say it, you know? So I got nothing to lose, and I don't need them. So I'll say it. Want to know why we dropped the bomb on Hiroshima and Berlin? It's because Germans look more white than Japanese people do.
So the next thing I want to talk about is what we can do to help streamers transition their communities.
Oh no, the floating wreckage is what I want. Yeah.
and it's very important for us to help them transition them. There are 2 alternative services in Korea, Africa TV and Q2. And so we want to do all that we can to help them move their communities.
Scary.
We've reached out to both of these
No! Oh my god.
to try and get them to see what they want to do in
Africa
terms of
TV.
helping these creators. The first part is creators being able to maintain their status, so that if you're a partner on Twitch and you can monetize, we'd like to make it so that you can monetize right away on these other platforms. And same thing with affiliates, ideally.
We still want to control your career, even though we kicked you off the platform.
The communities. On our end, to be clear, with this announcement, any of the limitations on simulcasting do not apply to Korean streamers. We fully realize you will be promoting other services, and want to figure out how we can help you do that. Ultimately, you'll need to pick where you think you want to move your community. I expect initially you'll simulcast, and then eventually you might even have some static.
Oh, good, simulcast. That'll save it.
You ended up in what your channel is.
Damn, that would be crazy if they did that. If Twitch straight up was like the Korean streamers, hey, the streamer is now on this website,
obviously
go there.
It affects Korean viewers.
That would be insane.
The thing that made it particularly different is all of the streamers that are building communities in Korea.
Damn it.
And the impact that this will have on them. And that's one reason why it has taken us so long to do this.
He said maybe they can do that.
Why we've explored many other options. So now let me go through some of the other questions that I think will be common in here. Why are the economics of Korea so different from other markets? And now I'm not an expert in all the details of the different agreements with network usage fees for other.
If you're kicking them off the platform, you should know. You should be an expert in it. I would be.
Network providers fees based on the amount of data that they have to deliver to the end users, and as I said, that is significantly more than the cost of streaming in other countries as a factor of 10. Another question, why are we making the decision now? Again, this is something we've been considering for quite some time, and we've done experiments and looked at many other options, and ultimately we felt like we needed to be upfront about what we were doing, and I'll talk some of the other options we consider in a second. Do you have plans to re-enter the Korean market in the future, or is this a permanent decision? So obviously I don't know what may happen in the future. Obviously we're not planning to do that anytime in the near term, and would only do it if we felt like that was a viable way to run the business. And to be clear on this has nothing to do with profits. It's about making sure that we are not losing money in Korea, because and right now we've been losing a fair amount of money from Korea, and of course the only way to come up with that is from revenue from the rest of the world, and we felt like that was not the right long-term solution in this situation. So let me go to some of the other questions. So what other options did you consider, and why didn't you choose one of them? So one option we considered was streaming at 480p. When we looked at that, that still did not get us to
money
where we need to be. In addition, it's unclear if that complies with Korean regulations in terms of the service that you need to provide in Korea. And so it's not clear that
I don't know where I'm going. It's like level I'm 38, I think.
In fact, this
is 38.
The solution that a number of other internet services have pursued, because this is not a problem that is unique to Twitch. Most recently, Netflix began serving from outside of Korea. Meta has done this, and other services. The reason we didn't choose this, and just so you understand how this works, what it would mean is we would give the bits to an internet service provider, let's say in Germany or Japan, and then they would be responsible for delivering it to the Korean ISP. Now, in this, it's unclear if they would realize additional expenses in this, which then, of course, would translate to us. More importantly, we did not believe that our service in many cases would really be viable. For some users, we felt Twitch would not be a watchable experience. We spend a great deal of time making sure that the interactive live video works well. You don't have buffering, and latency, of course, is a big factor for interactive live video, as you have community and chat. And we felt that for many users, it would end up being not really a watchable experience. And if we went down this pathway, oh, and one other factor, it's unclear if this is actually allowed. In fact, in the other cases when this has occurred, legal action has been taken against the companies for serving from outside of Korea for the cost of the network usage fees. At least most recently in the Netflix case, this
I was going to say there was a lawsuit with Netflix
know the terms of that
a while
settlement,
back.
but they reached some agreement that worked for both parties. So it's not clear we would have been allowed to continue to do this, but we felt like this would be giving false hope to our creators, and in fact many of them would try and stay around to make it work, but in fact their viewership would drop precipitously, and we felt like in the end
you'd be hurting them more.
Would be worse for them.
It would, yeah, that would be worse for them.
Home, because
long term,
we did not think that long term the service could have been viable.
Yeah,
serving from outside of Korea.
That sucks.
We also looked at charging users or streamers differently than in the rest of the world, and eventually decided that was not clear again that it would have been really a viable service if we had chosen that option compared to other alternatives. So what will happen in Korea after the shutdown date? So I know this will be a big question, and at this point we're not completely sure. This depends in part on Korean regulations in terms of what we're allowed to do and how we're allowed to operate. It is reasonable that we will probably need to block streaming from Korean IPs. And what happens on the viewer side depends again in part on Korean regulations and what we're allowed to do. It's driven more.
Can they get around this? I feel like they can probably get around this somehow, but I don't know. I don't know if this would stop them.
One of the questions would also be, what if I'm an IRL streamer visiting Korea?
Yeah.
So we understand that that is a use case. Lots of people travel to Korea. We want people to travel to Korea. If you do use a third-party cloud OBS, and I won't mention the one that I use, I don't want to promote the other cloud OBS.
He's like, you can get around this.
But,
yeah.
Those would still be able to operate.
So so I guess he's not lying. Apparently he's not lying, but it still sounds racist to me. It's like, instead of solving the issue or opening the discussion and bringing it up in the media and proposing that the government and all the ISPs talk to each other and talk to Twitch and propose some kind of summit or something like that where they talk about this, instead they just kick Korea off the platform. It comes across as racist to me because before they talk about talking to each other, they talk about, oh, we kick Korea off the platform. And my thing is like, would they really want that? Do they want that? Probably not. They'll probably work with you.
Streaming from the cloud OBS to Twitch, and then
cloud OBS to Twitch, YouTube. I'm sorry, Twitch to VPN. I'm sorry, VPN to Twitch to no, sorry, Twitch to VPN to router to streaming OBS would fix it.
Up to the cloud OBS.
Cloud OBS kind of defeats this whole thing anyways? Is this kind of what he's saying?
And many of the third-party services that support.
Oh, but that doesn't fix.
Travel. So I think that
but it won't the bandwidth and the money side of it. Yeah, like they're not going to pay Korean streamers because they don't like Koreans. The real side of it is financial. They don't want the world's money going to Korea. They do this all the time. It's called embargo. Is the fancy corpo fucking neurolinguistics word for it. It's an embargo on the entire country of Korea in an attempt to try to get them to lower their ISP costs. But the problem is, Korea's not afraid of making a new Twitch. And that's why this is so stupid. Korea's not afraid of taking their fucking business somewhere else, I guarantee it.
Because it's about the conversions and stuff like that.
They don't need us.
All right. That highlights a few of the...
We need them, but they don't need us. And you're stupid to cut off their income stream. You're stupid to do it. You're fucking racist.
Chat, but of course, it is quite busy. So...
yeah, I mean, if you're so it sounds like if you're incorporated in America or something like that, then you'd be okay.
Make money. I feel very bad, Patrick. That is exactly at the root.
What kind of question is, do you
However,
feel bad?
I
Like,
will say
obviously.
that there are two
No, he
alternatives.
doesn't.
They're different. They're not the same.
He doesn't know any
situations, so I
Korean
don't want
people.
to
He's white.
Act like there isn't a meaningful impact, as I've said in other places. I think
Like truly
it's
white,
unique.
like Corpo CEO white.
Hey,
He might know
such
some
a-
Koreans that he met in college and stuff. But his social circles, the people that might be like harmed by this, he doesn't know anybody like that. Maybe software developers, I guess. Maybe. I don't know. He doesn't strike me as the kind of person who hangs out with Koreans. I hang out with Koreans. I've got Korean friends. I know a whole Korean sect of people in Denver, Colorado that I used to play video games with. Smash Brothers, Melee, and shit. I love my Koreans. Whatever. I would never kick them off Twitch, even if it cost me money. I would be re-examining my business if I thought that it was too expensive to do business with Korea. I would be re-examining my business practices, not theirs. You know what I'm saying? I think the Koreans would be too. Rich White Man thinks, oh, let's just sever ties. Bye! Like,
slowly diminishing Korea and slowly draining Korea. And in fact, the creators would have been making less money and it would have meaningfully impacted, but we never would have come clean and told them about where we're going and what the challenges were in operating in Korea. And we felt like in the end, this would be better in the long run for those creators. But of course, there's no easy answer here. It's a difficult decision. Canned Star, will Twitch consider restarting its business in Korea when the laws related to network access usage fees is adjusted to be in line with other countries? Not ruling out anything in the future. Right now, we're only making decisions based on what information we have right now. And so we obviously, if things change, we'd obviously reconsider these decisions. Can viewers still watch in Korea? Again, I think this is one of the questions that we will need to determine what is allowed. We would probably serve from outside of Korea. Some of the problems we would get in that with the amount of traffic we have right now in Korea would not be as acute because it would not be nearly as much traffic. But we are not certain what we will need to do at that point in time. And it's going to be important that we adhere to the regulations in Korea. But it won't be a cost factor because I think, again, the amount of traffic we will see will be precipitously less. It would just be people traveling from Korea or people in Korea watching people outside of Korea. From Rudy VTuber, I'm a Korean streamer and I have one question. At the previous stream, you mentioned about supporting streamers to transfer onto another platforms. Can you tell me if you have any specific plans? Also, does that mean we Korean streamers do not get banned for multi-platform streaming anymore? Yeah, so first of all, in the second part, to be clear, we had already changed our policies around multi-platform
for everyone.
streaming.
Yeah.
There are some
You never had,
limitations
you don't have
state
rules with that
multi-platform
anymore.
streaming.
You don't
None
have
of
issues with
those
that anymore.
limitations apply to the Korean streamers
Wow,
affected
I
by
used to
this
have a lot of
decision.
those, huh?
In particular, there is no issue with you promoting people to go to other services. In terms of specific plans, this in part depends upon the other platforms. The first thing we're focused on is trying to make sure that monetizing creators can maintain some form of status when they transition. But this depends upon our conversations. We've reached out to them, and we will be updating you as we get feedback from them of
At least some of us sold.
they're going to do to try and support
Gold 30.
all of you in this
Not bad. I'm
transition.
gonna buy swords.
The other thing that we will certainly do is be sharing information about what different streamers are
Wow.
doing.
Bags first.
is
I'm gonna buy
working
bags
well.
first, but let's just repost
I
everything.
know, as I think about it, I think you would
I'm gonna
probably
scan.
start by simulcasting, and then eventually you'd probably only stream on the other service, but you might put a static screen up while you're streaming that says, "Come check me out over there. Come subscribe." And I'll say to all of the users that support Korean streamers, please at this time continue to support them until they can be fully transitioned to your service. It's important to help them in this difficult time. You notice this since 3 years. Why only 3 months to streamers? This is not fair. So, Play Per Man.
Dude, if they send out your notification when you go live on another website, that would actually be insane. That'd be sick if they did that. That would be
it's
a good,
what is the right
a really, really
time.
cool thing for them to do.
We chose this because we do think delaying it actually isn't the right solution for the streamer. Meaning, if we said this will be 6 months, then it's easy for people to say, "Oh, well, I don't have to worry about it now."
Why should they? They don't need to do
reality
that.
is viewers will
But
start moving right
they'd be
away.
doing that out of courtesy
And so,
to their
in fact,
Korean
it
partner
is much
streamers.
easier for everyone if we have a deadline in the reasonable future, so that way viewers start adjusting their patterns and streamers start adjusting their patterns. Because if a few streamers leave but other streamers don't, then viewers are stuck between two services. And in the end, as painful as this is, I think it's better to make the transition happen. If along the way we see we were wrong in the period, we'll consider that, and we'll see how this progresses. Why aren't Twitch's competitors experiencing this high service cost? So I don't know the details of their operations, but we do know that many other people do experience these high service costs. As I said, Netflix recently stopped serving in
The asteroid
started
is
streaming from outside
depleted.
of Korea. Meta has also run into problems due to this. Now, each of their businesses are different. Netflix's business is very different than us in terms of their underlying cost structure of their business. YouTube is a VOD business predominantly, and again, the cost structures of VOD is very different. The idea of delivering from outside is a little more feasible. FFXI operates very differently than us. They're a local company. We do not know what their costs are and if they're the same as ours as a local company. But their cost
It's a
structure,
shame that you let the
one way to
money
think of it
drive you
is,
in this
I don't
decision.
think most people are upset at Twitch. I think most people are upset.
I'm
about
upset
the
at
South Korean
Twitch.
They built their company.
Yeah, I'm
around
upset at
and
Twitch.
the
I'm upset
economics
at
of their company
both.
around
Both.
Korean and how
Both
the
of them
cost structure
suck.
runs, whereas we have not built all of the way our service operates around this.
So why aren't you letting me post those?
Let's
That's so
see.
weird.
How
What the
will
fuck is
this
going
affect
on?
viewing experience on Korean viewers? Specifically, will we
Mailbox
be
is
able to watch
so
in 1080p?
annoying.
So again, there are no changes until 2/27, and then, as I said, we're working through the particulars after.
Why? Why won't you let me
2/27,
post
depending
these?
February.
on
You must repair.
End of
Oh,
February?
okay.
Is that 2/27?
of what would be allowed?
I
Stupid
think it means
rules.
2/27
From
as
Alpha
in
Trust, did
next,
you not make it
like 3 months from
in
now.
other countries?
February 27th.
We've talked a lot about our obligation to run Twitch as a sustainable business and where we're at right now. And right now, and in fact, we did look at seeing if the loss was small enough, if we could just absorb it. But it is a significant delta in terms of the cost versus of running the business. And the problem is, as Korea grows, which it has grown, then that cost keeps increasing. And of course, our streamers want us to invest in Korea growing because they want their communities to grow, because that is good for them.
The
They want more
asteroid
streamers
is
to start
depleted.
streaming on Twitch, and so we want to be we would be at odds with them if we were trying not to have the service grow. From Jimbo Max, thank you for the stream. I have a question. What implications would there be for partnered streamers in Korea upon implementing this change? Would they be prevented from streaming on Twitch altogether? If you're a partnered streamer in Korea, first of all, one of the things that's important is where your country of residence is, which is something you
Jesus
fill out
Christ,
when
that
you
is
become,
double my damage.
affiliate or partner. I know some Korean streamers travel outside of Korea.
That's it, huh?
And how we will handle this in terms of monetization, it is about when you're identified with Korea as your
Alright.
country of residence. If that
Maybe I'll look at
if Korea
other
is not
stuff.
your
Oh,
country
I'm
of
definitely
residence,
buying
but you're in Korea
bags.
some, but you travel outside. Then when you're outside of Korea, you'd still be able to stream. But if you're inside of Korea, at some point after the February 27th date, we would need to be taking actions to prohibit you from being able to stream. And again, what we need to do will be determined based upon the Korean regulations. Are there no sponsors that can manage Twitch system in Korea and pay for it to Twitch? It's a good question. I think the simple answer is no, in terms of if there's a third party that would cover this delta. I don't think there is in terms of that, which is unfortunate. Moka-san, is this the start of the downfall of Twitch? Moka-san, no, not at all. This is a unique thing.
Dude, people ask so many stupid questions.
Market, as I said.
Sounds like it to me.
Businesses have had a similar problem.
I'm glad he asked. It sounds like the death of Twitch to me. Just saying.
To Korea.
People are so dumb.
I guess I'm dumb.
Are there other regions in danger?
Sounds racist to me.
As I've shared, this is unique to Korea.
Sorry, but it does. It sounds fucking racist to me.
Affect other regions. So let's see. So they can't just change their onboarding location. No, that would not be sufficient. You can and still monetize, but that doesn't mean you'll be able to stream from Korea. If you change your country of residence, you still maintain your account and your status. But when you're in Korea, we will need to take actions to make sure you're not streaming from Korea. Let's see.
This whole thing sucks, man.
Killabean. Surely your network usage
I wish I had a better understanding.
You should have had a very decent leverage that the loss of your network usage would hurt their free income. Was this not attempted with the government bodies responsible?
I feel like
yes, we tried all avenues with this. One of the challenges is this is a challenge that many companies face. Well, for the Twitch community, we are very passionate about Twitch. In the broader scheme of things, there are many other players in this market, and in fact, we don't have the leverage
the asteroid
that
is depleted.
You would think we might in terms of getting a sustainable rate, but we've been working hard to make it sustainable. From Prime Gaming, Army Noon, can you reveal how much you pay for Korean telecommunications company? I can't talk about the specifics. I don't know the details of each of the contracts. I will repeat the delta is even with the reductions that we have made, like with peer-to-peer and 720p, it's still 10 times higher than in other countries where we operate. So can you please put your answers to this in a central place so you can see them later? So first of all, we'll make this available in a VOD. We do have some of these in our FAQ to our blog post. And in fact, we'll continue updating things as we go along, especially in terms of how we can help our streamers transition. Yeah, and so basically starting in March, South Korean located streams won't be able to stream. Yes, in terms of IP, that is the likely outcome. In terms of specifically how that will be implemented, again, it depends upon what we need to do in terms of the regulations in the country.
Yeah, I mean, dude, this whole thing sucks. I wish I had a better understanding of how the net neutrality laws and stuff work. I do know that the laws in Korea are
relationship with XQC in any way. I wouldn't think so. Dance and Q. I wouldn't think so.
People ask the dumbest questions. Okay.
I see another question that I think we answered.
I swear,
in terms of random, can you consider streaming under 480p? There's certain regulations in Korea about what you can do to your service. It was unclear if even, in fact, we generally felt that transitioning to 480p probably would have been prohibited, although we did not. But it was not clear that would have been allowed, given regulations in Korea. Will this affect events like League of Legends, LCS, or will Twitch be able to?
This is a good question. I don't think they'll be able to do like worlds and stuff there.
I think this is what I'm highlighting in terms of what we're allowed to do. In terms of the regulations in the country, how that will work, and then there are other solutions they could use.
Maybe they thought it might happen, Cammy, because the Netflix deal just happened a few months back.
And we'll be working on this and communicating with some of the developers there to see what works. Hello, I'm a viewer watching from Korea. The problem with Korean services is largely the cost of telecommunication companies. Wouldn't it be possible to solve some of the damage by seeking help from streamers for a certain percentage of that portion? Yeah, that is one of the options that we considered was
you've been examined.
We charge streamers to use the service, and we could have charged all streamers to use the service, and that's something that we considered, looked at. We didn't feel like in the end that would end up being a viable alternative in terms of the number of people that would have been willing to.
Yeah, it doesn't really fix up any of the problems.
The cost of delivering the bits.
Like in a perfect world, like it would offset it kind of, but it just doesn't. It doesn't actually do anything.
Are still, most of them are just making enough to pay their bills and to get by. Given the amount of the cost, it would have been a significant cost. Now it could have been spread out across all of the smaller streamers that are streaming for fun, but it's not clear that they would have paid much. So we felt like in the end that would have been one of these efforts that gave streamers hope.
It is futility.
And some streamers may have done it, others would not have, and we would have ended up in the same place for most streamers, but it would have been more drawn out, and it would have run into this problem where some would be moving their communities, some would not be.
Damn, I want that free one agitated cloak. That's annoying.
Which would have actually hurt both of them. And as with all of these decisions, we weigh these things heavily, and we think through what we think ultimately will be the right decision. We don't have a crystal ball, though, in terms of knowing how each of the options would have. But appreciate that thought, and it's something that we definitely did look at.
I don't trust him. I think it is racist. I think it pushes white capitalist ideals, and I think it's manipulative, and I think it's been entirely sussed out by the accountants and the fucking theorists and the AI, and I think it's a very, very guided approach to racism. And I'm sorry. I know that sounds sensationalist and all this, but I feel like these are things that you could easily get around if you were intelligent enough. I think the whole thing is an attempt at racism that can be circumvented by the Koreans. I think it's a whole racist thing, and I'm sorry, and I'm sure that maybe I was the only one in the world who thought that, but that's where I fell on this. It sounds like white people with boardrooms trying to restrict Korea on their white product. It sounds like that, man. I'm sorry, but that's how it comes across. I was surprised they were willing to do it. Probably did pretty bad damage to their PR.
Question is,
sure, it costs more money to do business with Korea, yeah. But what's it cost your PR if it appears like you're kicking an entire Southeast Asian fucking country out of your business? That's bad for your PR. However you look at it, the bottom line of the money must really be crippling, I guess. And I'm willing to accept his word on that. But I think that's how they just spin this. I think they spin it through, like, they tell something that's true so that we believe it, you know, like something based in truth, which is that it is too expensive to do business there. But in reality, if they actually liked Asians, I think they would fight to stay there. I don't think they do. I think this is proof of it. I think they fight and find some way, you know.
The wizards of the Kirin Tor at Amber Mill.
Hey, please, I want to keep my count.
Documents pertaining to the current state of Dalaran. This we know from the admissions of one of our prisoners. Lord Varimathras has placed the duty of recovering them in the hands of the Deathstalkers. This task falls to you, adventurer. You will need some equipment, however, and the knowledge of lockpicking. Speak with Estelle Gendry, our outfitter, and ask her for a set of tools before you set out.
Oops. Damn it. Oh, man. I'm glad I saved the money because I'm going to have to train soon.
Or that where you opt out and by default we keep your account, but if you want us to delete it, we delete it. And that's something we still need to determine in terms of the privacy regulations in Korea and our ability to retain the information. But at a minimum, you would have the ability to say, no, please keep my account active. That both would allow you access to your account if things change, and also when you're outside of Korea, it would provide access to your account. So we very much would like that. In terms of any Korean streamers,
I can train you in first aid techniques.
If for any reason anything would change, or if you would move from Korea where now you're living somewhere else, we would transition your status.
Okay.
We're eventually going to need to offboard you from partner and affiliate in terms of our ability to pay you because of this, the processing. And right now, all of our payment vehicles are in Korea. But
so if you,
for any reason,
if you get paid in America, if you live in America, you get paid in America, then you'd be okay.
Your status, so you don't have to re-earn that status. For Mushroom 49ers, what about U.S. military affiliated American citizens? It's a good question. Mushroom 49ers. I don't know about the details there. I don't know how the bases operate in terms of the IP addresses, but it's something we can look into. I'm an American living in Korea, but my money goes to an American account. Can I still monetize? So Becky B plays. If in your account, Korea, if your country of residence is outside of Korea, then this will not affect.
Yeah. Okay. So this goes back to what I was just saying. If you live outside of America,
outside of Korea,
outside of Korea, you live in America, hypothetically,
to purchase on February 27th, purchase any bits.
You could also technically stream to like an IRL toolkit or something.
Mean in terms of streaming, that's something still to be determined. As I said, if you're
true, that would mean you have to pay taxes outside of Korea. True,
cloud OBS services that come to Twitch, those come from outside Korea. So the key thing is what we're going to think about is what we're doing with respect to
I was a librarian. I had nothing to do with.
Did you consider raising the cost?
I never asked to become this. On the other hand, now that my mind is my own again, I'm not about to surrender without a fight.
Because again, that creates the same problem.
Yeah, that's what you were saying earlier.
And it wouldn't really solve it. But we did consider raising them in Korea, and again, given the cost delta, if this was a small delta, then we would have just kept going as we were today. But the cost delta was fairly significant. So any of the other changes we would have had to make would have been fairly significant, and we wouldn't have felt like they would have succeeded in terms of being able to maintain Twitch. It would have just dragged things out. And in the end, we were looking for a solution that we felt was a sustainable solution so we could continue to service. People in Korea don't have access to VODs, do they? Right now, we had to adjust our VOD policy in Korea because of the regulations.
So basically, if you live in Korea,
we've already done that.
If you basically move to America,
the impact.
If you can, you would have to get a visa. You'd have to get paid in America. You'd have to pay taxes in America. You'd have to do. You'd be an American, right? You're getting paid as an American.
With respect to the financial.
You could still technically stream in Korea.
I'm picking out some. Are you the owner of Twitch?
If
no, I'm
you
not.
are streaming to like a cloud service like IRL Toolkit or something.
By Amazon.
So you're streaming to the cloud. You're streaming to an RTMP server.
Bowie, that's one of these questions that I think
that goes off to. It'll be on like a Twitch server in California or New York or something like that.
How they operate.
So that would work.
See what's allowed and what would be allowed with the regulations. But obviously, we would like to keep that's important content.
You never get a work visa that way. Yeah. Well, no. What I'm saying is like this is the only way that it would work.
Of that sort that comes out of Korea. So my hope and expectation is we can find a solution because the intent is not to impact that content. It's Jake and Bake here. If Jake, I see somebody answering, I think one of Jake and Bake's questions, that if you're going through a cloud OBS, then that is not coming from Korea. And so in terms of you, if you're traveling in Korea,
yeah, that's what I was just talking about.
You should be able to continue that because we do think Korea is a wonderful country. Lots of IRL streamers go to Korea. We'd like to continue people to be able to visit Korea, highlight Korea. I guess as I've said, it's the center. It's a center of gaming and esports, and so we expect people will continue to be engaging in and going through Korea.
Oh, this
What
sucks.
about Starlink? Starlink is in.
I can't believe you're kicking Korea off Twitch. I'm angry at you. I'm sorry, but I'm more angry than them. I'm an angrier person. I'm a little bit more angry about it. I'm angrier. It sounds racist to me. I don't care if it's not. It sounds racist to me. I don't care if it's not. It sounds racist to me. It sounds like a racist ideal. It's weird. It's
what we would do after the 27th for those people that are still trying to stream.
Wow.
That'll be something that.
No, you're just killing them. Kill their careers. Who cares? They're Koreans. You don't care about them, surely, or you wouldn't do this.
Sad. As far as I understand, there's nothing.
Or you would have tried harder.
Shutting down.
You don't care.
I wish you could continue to be in Korea, even if the viewing experience was lower.
He cares. I think the CEO cares. I don't think the company cares at all. I have a much more jaded view about them. I don't think they care at all.
From our Korean creators, and at least in other countries where we don't have.
And that's why he's the figurehead.
Exactly. So it's like those kinds of questions.
We are not required to block access
Are you a racist, sir? I'm just kidding. I'm being hyperbolic. I don't really believe that.
There are the streamers in the rest of the world.
I think it's a racist decision. I don't think they're racist. It's a bad accusation to make. I think the decision's racist. You can't change my mind on that.
This substance is laced with powerful spells, some of which I have not seen for a long, long time. One moment. I must invoke a spell of divination. This ichor was crafted by an old colleague of mine, Thule Ravenclaw. He was a young, promising mage before the Great War, but when the Lich King rose to power, he betrayed his brethren and allied with the Scourge. I did not realize he still lives, nor that he leads the Rothides in their forays against us. I know many of his spells, and can help concoct a potion to counter them. Take this scroll back to Apothecary Renferrel. It has the incantations needed for the potion.
We still need to determine, but I share your feeling, Burken CNGC. Any progress on AV1 will be.
I wish the Iron Forge music wasn't in the background. Do you really need that? Do the kids need to hear it or something? I don't know.
People, they're so like, why? Like, it's not even relevant.
Into teaming up with streaming services.
Turn off the Iron Forge music. It cheapens the entire fucking
Korea, make things
the entire
for,
thing.
Users like transferring follow subscriptions and stuff. We definitely are going to see what we can do. The challenge with follows and subscriptions and that transformation is it requires the user's consent and the
at least the track
consent.
changed.
So that becomes difficult because the user, from a privacy perspective, we can't transfer information about the user that is subscribing to a particular streamer unless that
13
user
silver,
so it's
shit.
unlikely we would be able to just transfer follows.
13
And I
silver?
think the best way is going to be
That's insane. There's no
streamers
way. I'm
streaming
going
and
cheaper.
saying,
Fuck
"Follow me
that.
now, subscribe to me."
I'm gonna
Follow me
undercut.
now,
I don't care what these WoW people think. There's
You know
no
what
way.
about
There's
this?
3 stacks.
I actually halfway agree with you.
No, that's
Because you're right. People do have
not
to ask
right.
questions to learn. You're right.
Yes,
But also,
That's too much money. This thing's worth 5 silver. I'd
AV1,
love to
like,
get
things
double
don't
that
even
money,
make any
but
sense.
obviously,
Like, it's just like question mark.
there. See, it should. What this is worth
They're
is
not
what the chest is
listening.
worth. They're not.
That's what I'm laughing at. But you are right.
your ability to stream.
People gotta ask
outside
questions
of
to
Korea.
learn. You're right.
Exactly how we can do this again. That depends upon what the Korean regulations allow.
I wish someone would ask him. He's not going to get the question that matters. He's not going to get it. Sir, do you have a fear that this decision might appear racist to the rest of the world? It's a simple question to fucking ask. It's the one question that should be asked that is not gonna be asked. Sir, do you have a fear that this might appear racist? You appear to be singling out a Southeast Asian government and country and business sector specifically because they charge too much money. I get it, but don't you have fears that this might just have like the optics of a racist decision? And I want to hear his answer to it because I think and that's the one that I want. That's the question I would ask because it's not like it's not like I think Twitch is a bunch of goose-stepping Nazi people. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that that's how it looks to me. It looks like it though. That's the optics though. That's maybe not how it comes across, but it's like that's what it looks like upon initial inspection, on first impression. I think, yeah, why not talk to them first and see if they can get them to reduce their ISP charges for you? Honestly, I don't see communication here. I see a racist decision to just chop off their heads. And I'm sorry, and that's why I asked my dumb, ignorant question. Aren't you afraid that the optics of this might be that you are being exclusionary and racist towards an Asian country? It's a simple question. I don't know if it's true or not. Maybe I'm a jackass for thinking that, but I want to know what his answer is on this. From the racial standpoint, it looks racist to me. I'm sorry, but it does. And so, like, how do you respond to that? Maybe I'm the only one in the world, but I was still asking. Maybe I'm the only one in the world who thinks that, but really, it seems slightly racist to me, sir. Can you have some account to what your optics and impression on that might be? And ask him the question. They'll never ask him that. The big question everybody's thinking. It's so annoying. You can't get anything fucking done. What's the point of all these critics in this press if they don't have the balls to ask the big questions? This is the question that my mother would ask, and she doesn't know anything about this. The people on the outside who doesn't know anything about this, they'd be like, oh, well, Twitch doesn't like Korean people. That's the question that's going to first pop in their minds. That's the issue. I'm not saying that's what is or what happened or anything like that. I'm not making accusations like that. I'm saying, what about the optics, which is that if you were to pitch this to somebody on the outside, like my mother, one of the most least racist people on the planet, her first question is going to be, does Twitch dislike Koreans? Like, she's not going to ask about the money that it costs for their ISPs or what the business deal. And so we say, oh, no, Ma, it turns out it's about politics or no, sorry, it's not about politics. It's about finances. Apparently their ISPs charge too much money. And she'll be like, oh, okay. But that doesn't change the fact that her first question is going to be, oh, does Twitch like Korean people? And the answer is maybe no. It doesn't really appear like they bothered to try. It doesn't look like they do, or they would have fought for it. It feels like they didn't fight for this. They just made some intrinsic thing based off their bean counters fucking decision that they'd be paying too much money and they haven't made a profit there. And why sink a ship if why sink this ship that's sinking anyways? Like, why spend any more money than they have? And I'm just saying the optics come across as racist. I'm not saying their intent is or anything like that. I'm saying the optics come across like that, and they'll dodge it and they'll be like, you're immature for asking the question or even thinking that. That's their response to it. No, the outsider, that's the first thing they're gonna think too. An outsider who doesn't play video games every day, who has no idea what Twitch is, who has no idea like what South Korean fucking like things are with internet ISPs and fucking Twitch, they're gonna be like, oh, Twitch doesn't like Koreans? Trust me, that's the question, and it should be asked. It should be asked, and they should provide an answer. I'm sure they aren't. I really feel that the question should be asked, and it won't be, because we defend the honor of these corporate bastards more than we do the people who actually are on the front lines. It's disgusting. Like, we defend their honor more. We're ableist when it comes to these corporate entities. It's disgusting. What about the optics? If you were to ask like a baby boomer who has no idea what Twitch or any of this shit was, if this was racist, what their opinion was, they say, oh, well, Twitch is racist, I guess, right? When on the outside, to anybody who doesn't know what the fine-tooth problems are, and I want a response based off that. I want the obvious question everyone's going to ask is, oh, is Twitch racist? I want you to address the question. It's what a good district attorney would ask. It's the big, meaty core of the question. Are you afraid this might appear racist?
We are not.
It's not that hard of a question to ask. Sure, I'm an asshole for asking it.
You're leaving open the details of what we need to do with respect to that. Did he mention IRL streamers traveling to Korea? Yep.
I should go cheaper, but no, I don't want these to go cheaper.
Paid for a year sub to Korean streamers. Does streamer keep the cash, or viewers get a refund at Twitch? The viewer can request a refund. So we're going to go through notifying viewers, and viewers can request a refund. We encourage viewers to continue supporting their streamers as they transition.
How?
We will work to try.
I mean, yeah, YouTube, right? I guess YouTube. It's like Twitch wants to drive all of Korea to YouTube. I don't think Korea has a problem with YouTube for some reason. You would think that YouTube, doing much more business than Twitch, because they do, would have cut Korea by now. But I mean, is Korea legal in YouTube? Or sorry, is Korea legal in? Well, it's a good question. Is YouTube legal in South Korea? Because it's like, it's been fully blocked in North Korea. No, South Korea has a high penetration of YouTube. There were over 46 million YouTube users in South Korea. So you would think that if it was really about money, you would think that your YouTube would have kicked South Korea off, because I'm sure they paid the exact same sort of stuff to host all that sort of stuff too. And I don't know, maybe it costs YouTube a lot more money to let people in South Korea stream on YouTube, I guess. That might be true. And I don't know, I'm ignorant of that one. But I'm just saying, has YouTube kicked South Korea off of their fucking services? No. Why did Twitch? Twitch makes way less money than YouTube. I guess that's why. It's because it's like they don't have the money to support their global situations that they initially set up, and that's because and they blame South Korea's ISPs. It must be South Korea's ISPs. I actually maybe believe them now. It must be, because it like, to make that kind of drastic decision, it appears racist to me. And I'm sorry, I know that's probably the dumb onlook from the outside immediately, but it did, like, the leftist, ultra-leftist, liberal person, again, I'm sure it's the ultra-liberal look, but it comes across as racist. The optics look racist to me. Even after everything you said.
I don't want to say I'm surprised, because I'm kind of not.
I'm not surprised, and plus they don't trust South Korea either. They've never trusted South Korea. Nobody white trusts South Korea. It's really weird, but I mean some of us do, but like nobody in power I think trusts South Korea, which is so weird. I don't really understand that.
But it's like I have like I'm really happy
I love South Korea. They do not scare me. I mean,
they're wanting to be supportive of transitioning people's audiences to other platforms if they need.
Not like North Korea, anyways.
Stream from Korea, where the IP blockage blocked the chance to have any local streams without third-party cloud services.
So apparently, I guess instead of Twitch looking into third-party cloud services to get around this problem, they just kick Korea to the curb. But honestly, I'm looking like you keep mentioning the solution to the problem, which is third-party cloud services that circumnavigate all the fucking middlemen directly, you know, and building a business based off that. If Twitch was smart, I think that's what Twitch should do. Instead of kicking Korea off their thing, they should just take that money that they're losing or whatever, and spend some money trying to fix the problem and become if I was running Twitch, I'd look at this as an opportunity to get into third-party ISP skippers and stuff and try to keep Korea in my stable. You know what I'm saying? Try to keep them there. Then I'm sure you guys did, but I think you're looking at the money only, like what you stand to lose if you don't have them. I think more about, did you think about how cheap it might be to actually solve the problem? It might be cheap to solve this problem. And I wonder if Twitch is inclined, because they don't have the kind of money that YouTube does, to actually do the market research to potentially make some kind of like business that helps them circumnavigate this problem and become out a stronger corporate entity with more money in the end. All I see you doing is kicking your customer to the fucking curb. It appears racially, it appears anyways on initial inspection to somebody like who isn't like totally like internally online all the time, like it's racist. It kind of appears racist a little bit. Oops, I pulled but I didn't dock. Oops, I'm sorry, because it's like, honestly, you keep mentioning the solution, which is third-party cloud solutions, right? Why not take Twitch and invest in that and solve this issue rather than kicking them to the curb? Sure, it's at a loss, but honestly, you see, like, you know, God never closes a fucking like window without opening or whatever, closes a door without opening a window or whatever. So South Korea, so you want to close the door on South Korea, which you obviously did. When you see a door close like that, you think about the window that opens, which is, well, there's third-party streaming money to be made here. Why don't we become a third-party streaming thing and connect them to Twitch through that and sell a circumnavigation through their fucked up systems and ISPs and all that, right? Instead, you just kick them to the fucking curb and you don't even open the goddamn conversation. It appears corporate, greedy, white, and exclusionist. I'm sorry, those are the optics. That's how I feel I would fail if I was running a successful firm in New York. That's literally where I would fall. It's the same place. I don't care. And like, so that's just how it comes across to me. So, you know, then that sucks. That's how most people will come across, I guarantee it. Most people in the end will look at this as like, oh, one of the death knells was kicking South Korea out. Yeah. You need those fucking people. You need the content providers. You need your BTKs of the world. You need that shit. It's goddamn stupid. Your entertainment, it's racist.
I think there's a reasonable chance that we will need to do IP blocking.
Yeah, like on top of it, they're like, we're gonna go the other direction and we're gonna block like IPs. We're gonna block Korean IPs, and that to me is like the average deep state white security minded fucking, like, you know, like talking about privacy on the internet. Block. Trump saying no over and over again. You know, sorry, but that's just how it sounds. We're gonna block them. Yeah, we gotta build that wall. Gotta block them. Gotta build that wall. Block them. Nah, that's not how the fucking world works. Every time God closes a fucking door, we open another window and we unblock the fucking airflow. We unblock it. We don't block it. We unblock it. We unblock the airflow. We don't block it. Just saying. I get angry when I look at you guys, like, a little bit. I get angry when you look at this stuff. I'm like, Like, I'm sorry. I know that your optics are right and that the ISPs make it financially not fiduciarily, you know, it's like fiduciary wise. It's just not wise for you. I get it and I believe you, but it still comes across racist. It does. And it pisses me off because maybe it might not even be. That's the problem. But it comes across as racist to me.
final say, and we need to work with the regulators there.
Yeah, work with the regulators there. Thank you. It took you too long to say it. 40 minutes into the discussion, way past when you lost the 6-second TikTok generation's fucking attention span, you finally mentioned working with them. And I'm sorry, it appears exclusionary and racist.
Third-party monetization tools on Twitch to make a profit.
It's what a lawyer would say. I mean, it's what a congressman would say.
Talked about what about
it's what I would say in a court of law
Starlink is
when I slaughtered you.
Get access, and in fact, it would not use like if we're streaming from outside of Korea, then we would deliver to Starlink outside of Korea, and in fact, we would not have the network.
Thank God. There we go.
Solve the problem for us just to make everyone get Starlink. I'm not even familiar with the.
You should be.
Status of Starlink is.
You should be. You should be. A good CEO would have been.
Burn-eyed girl. I think.
I don't like how you dead-ended right there. I lost faith in you. I don't like how you dead-ended right there and was like, oh, I just didn't. I'm just ignorant. How about you fucking find out then? It seems like it matters to me more than it does to you.
I'm a small streamer here in the U.S. I'll be visiting Korea and want to share my travel experience with my community. Will this affect my ability? Again, we don't know what will be happening after the 27th.
I don't like that you're saying we don't know.
In terms of Korean IP.
I don't like that you don't know. Like honestly, you sound feckless to me when you say you don't know, because I bet your fucking your stock drops. I bet your stock drops, and you're saying I don't know. When I hear I don't know on the Twitch CEO's fucking lips, as an investor, I think, oh, maybe I'll sell a little bit, because because man, like that does not engender faith in me. Hexed weapon, he's EP. Oh, it's a Horizon spawn. Oh yeah, it is. Hey, cool. Well, yeah, these pay better, I think. I didn't know this was here. I don't know. I don't play this servant much anymore. I mean, I do now, but I took like a 9-month break.
Is commonly used, then you should still be able.
So let's say I'm an investor and I hold money in Twitch, and I'm like, I'm one of them fucking assholes, like one of the 1%, and I'm sitting there in my nice New York penthouse apartment overlooking fucking like Saks Fifth Avenue or whatever, fucking Fifth Avenue. And I'm like, I'm sitting in my Park Avenue high rise, and I'm thinking about this as I watch you speak. And I think my faith in Twitch has been shaken because it comes across optics like it's racist. And then when you ask simple questions like, could you circumnavigate this with streaming around the rules and getting around the shitty fucking middlemen in South Korea, and you say, I don't know, I think, oh, I better sell, because this guy, he obviously is not answering the questions that even the fucking streamer kids asking him the questions are. The kids asking him questions seem to care more about this than he does. He goes, I don't know about Starlink. Let's go learn about Starlink. What do we know about Starlink? How about a simple YouTube search then? Huh? Like, just saying. What do we... Okay, I don't know shit about Starlink, so let's go fucking look at Starlink. The fuck is Starlink? Oh my god. He's talking about satellite internet.
Elon Musk's SpaceX is known for its frequent launches, which now dominate the space industry.
Thank you, by the way, S-Fan, for the excellent content for my stream. Thank you so much. Now, what happened here? Thank you so much for the stream. Thank you, S-Fan, and thank you, Dan Clancy, for the excellent content for the stream. It was, in the end, a lot more enriching than I thought it was going to be, and the Corpo Speak was pretty strong for about 40 minutes, but you finally did get to some kind of information at the end, I'm saying. Beyond the fact that the ISPs are too expensive. I mean, I knew the internet was too expensive, but I just didn't think that this was a problem that you guys couldn't creatively solve.
Rockets are launching is just as important for the company as the launches themselves.
Broadband mega constellation Starlink.
And we saw this garland of little lights, one after another, absolutely perfectly sequenced, and it was Starlink.
Starlink is SpaceX's answer to providing global
No way! It's beautiful!
Satellites buzzing around the planet.
It's beautiful! Give us all satellite internet. Fuck the ISPs. I mean, I like the wires and they're fast, but I bet the satellites are better.
Region known as Lower Earth orbit.
I live in rural. We need this shit. Yeah, man. Like, okay, you say you can't get around the ISP problems in Korea. So you kick the poor Koreans, so the poor Korean streamers who are just now getting famous pay the cost, I guess? You shoulder that cost by just fucking the streamers? Fuck you. Like, as even an investor, my faith would be shaken. So I'd be like, yeah, no, go look into Starlink or some other fucking problem. Like, the problem is now, if we can't get internet in a verifiable way where somebody doesn't rip you off for it, it's obvious we have a global need for internet. And as Twitch, I never would have been in the fucking news first talking about, oh, we kicked fucking Korea out of our fucking service platform family or whatever the fuck, right? Or whatever you want to call that, constituency or whatever, like, demographic. And so, so then the first thing I think isn't, I better go kick Korea out of Twitch and then do a press release about that. That's not the first thing I think. I think I go to whoever, like Starlink, can actually fix this problem. Would you like to build a company or some kind of mutual bridge with us and produce $1 billion industry that we never heard of before, getting around the ISP middlemen and or whatever? I would seriously call it like ISP Midla. I would literally call it Midla. I would call it Midla, the ISP of fucking middlemen, right? I call it like Midla, something like that. Kill the ISP middlemen, and I keep it a fucking secret what it actually meant. Midla. And I'd be like, fuck kicking Korea off of Twitch. I'll pay the money for now and keep them on or whatever while we actually fix the fucking problem instead of looking racist and kicking the fucking streamers off of out of our family or whatever. And so yeah, I'm glad that you mentioned Starlink, but it should have been in the first 5 minutes when you had their attention.
Orbit, about 342 miles above the Earth's surface.
And I'm sure Elon Musk is looking to make money, so like why not, you know, so like why are we talking about problems for 40 minutes and racist conclusions and kicking people off of platforms on based off of countries and shit like that? I want to hear about Starlink off the bat, you know, like off the bat, right out of your mouth. Like right off the bat. I don't want to hear about like 40 minutes of like, oh, the ISPs are too expensive and don't blame us and or whatever, you know. The Hex weapon was hard, but he paid. No, he didn't. No, he did not. That guy did not pay for how hard he was. You're kicking this giant's ass, huh? Alright, I'm gonna get in on it. I'm like a little low. I'm like nervous, you know? But he's kicking his ass.
Business unit within the broader SpaceX company, it's seen as crucial to its overall goals of making humanity multiplanetary and exploring bodies like the moon and Mars. Because Starlink is seen as an economic engine for the company.
SpaceX reportedly generated $1.4 billion in revenue from Starlink in 2022. In early November 2023, SpaceX CEO Elon Musk announced that Starlink had achieved break-even cash flow.
Starlink's importance to SpaceX overall as a company is imperative. The Eurocouncil estimates that optimistically by the end of 2023, this business of Starlink could represent upwards of 40% of SpaceX's
a lot of the internet now is like stock footage, and I don't even feel like I need to run it in the background, you know, but I feel like it's disrespectful
SpaceX launched
a little bit not to.
Batch of Starlink satellites back in 2019, and since then,
Greetings,
adoption
adventurer.
of the service has ballooned.
I'm a commendation
Starlink now has
officer
over 2 million
acting
active
on behalf of...
customers and is available
How
on
may I
all
be of
7
service?
continents and in over 60 countries. Starlink has been praised for its ability to connect remote parts of the world that would otherwise not have access to reliable...
Let's go see what Starlink costs. Starlink satellite. Oh, yeah, threat protection, huh? You blocked a... Oh, yeah, okay. You don't like that, huh? All right. Oh, it's... Yeah, this is a straight up... Oh, no, you're saying that for Best Buy? It's a spoofed channel. It's a spoof. Yeah. So, yeah, but you can't buy Yeah, here we go. Starlink, man. I'm like, what the fuck, man? So, available almost anywhere on Earth, right? I'm like, yeah. So, your problems. So, the first thing you do is you make the Korean streamers suffer and kick them off the platform. And it shakes my faith in you. If you really believed in them or liked them, you would fight for them and you would start a thing with Starlink and fix their problem. Instead of being racist and just kicking them off the platform. Because is that like those optics? Can you walk back from that? Will they ever want to be Twitch streamers ever again? Probably not. You are mismanaging this. You have misappropriated and mismanaged.
Community using the cloud. cloud.
I feel like you're getting a lot of repeat questions at this point. I don't want to stop watching this because this,
right.
this is
it's
something
important.
That's
I know there are a lot of other questions there. Yeah, in terms of if you have a U.S. residency since being stationed here in Korea, will a VPN work? I won't go into the details of, in general, that is.
Yeah, there is some people who make a living traveling between America and Korea, probably 1 or 2 years each time, who literally stream from Korea and talk about being an American in Korea. There is going to be a whole fucking thing of those people. Those people should be able to legitimately ask that question. Is my career dead, sir? You know, they should be. They should be valid. You know, it's a valid complaint.
Then that also may be an option for you. Yeah, in fact, somebody said this.
Yeah, so he's like, and he can't say it because Starlink isn't his company. But he's like, you should look into Starlink, and I like that. I like that he at least did that. That's more than I usually get from fucking corpos. You know what I'm saying?
It will be a powerful.
This transition will be.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a net neutrality thing. This affects every.
Yeah, this affects everybody. It's fucking disgusting. Before long, they'll be talking about kicking Brazil off the net, kicking fucking China off the net. I don't want to fucking hear it. I'm sorry. Like, you make your bases based off of a fucking foreign country. You make your decisions off a foreign country. It sounds racist to me. I'm sorry.
It affects everybody. Like, I don't even know if they can go to YouTube.
That would be wonderful. I'd really appreciate.
They can. They can and should.
That will ease
I hope this makes YouTube stronger because I am a YouTube streamer and I want to make those YouTube streamer ends support my family and shit. You know what I'm saying? I want YouTube streaming to be good. So have them come. Let's have the Koreans come and snazzy up all of YouTube streaming and turn it into this huge market like Twitch originally was, and let me get strong there. And let this be somehow good for my career somehow. I'm greedy and I'm an asshole. I want this to be good for my career somehow. I want the Koreans to come outshine us on fucking YouTube America or whatever, and just ditch Twitch entirely, the racist Twitch entirely, and come shine and make it possible for me to make a living off of YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Because Twitch has been a shaky thing for me, I must say. Twitch was a shaky thing for me. There was times when I almost quit. Number 2 was here for that. I came within one day. I mean, I did quit. I quit.
You may take something from our arsenal here.
I quit. And 3 days later, it was like clockwork. Right when they could tell that we were quitting, like right when they were like they could see the numbers changing. They were like, "Oh no, they're just gonna leave Twitch, aren't they?" Yep. So they were like, "You can multi-stream now." They brought us back, but there was a point there where I was like, "I'm sick of the abuse I received on Twitch. I was sick of the hate raids. I was sick of the problems. I wasn't monetized. They were ignoring me. They weren't putting me on their lists. I was always on the bottom and all this. I don't know why I would like that's the treatment. Maybe it's because I'm fat or something. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm a fat white guy and it's because I'm fat or something. I don't know what the treatment is, but it's something that I felt like wasn't fair. And so I was like, well, I don't see any reason why I should stick around Twitch, and stuff like this makes it harder.
You must again go to the Isle and destroy Thule Ravenclaw. I want his head. This mission is as dangerous as it is vital, adventurer. You must not fail.
It's not even elite though. Yeah, hey, this zone kind of did open up back up again. I can do some work today. It's good. I hate it when it dries up quest-wise, because they make it seem like it's your fault because you haven't gone to like some other zone or whatever. But nah, that's your fault when it feels like it dries up and there's no quest content left to do and you're capped or whatever, but you don't know where to go. There's no introductions to a new zone. That's bad. That's bad game writing when you make it our problem to figure out where to go. You should give us an indication. It hasn't happened, but it got close to it. I was down to like one quest before it opened up all of this again. And I was like, cool, I get it, but it's still like kind of annoying. Yeah. They changed it. They stopped doing that by Kata. They just stopped doing it, you know.
See, this was not a decision we
There was like, 15 quests every time you came to any new zone past Kata. There was like 15 quests no matter where you go. There would always be enough, you know, unless it was like brand new expansion.
To make, even as we made the decision.
In which case you go for Lore Master.
It repeatedly.
I mean, realistically,
we had a head of steam going to implement it to see if there were other options.
Trying to get a camera better here.
I want to highlight the reason we didn't pursue them.
I like Dan Clancy because he seems like a real person, but he represents people who don't have humanistic interest. They have a corporate interest, which is something like an entirely different machine, which is like checks and balances and money and feeding kids and what the investors should have and what the people should have and what the employees should have, and it's this constant war and tug and pull on money and all this other stuff. It's an entirely not humanistic thing beyond the people who suss it out, And so I see a human mouthpiece over an inhuman AI machine, kind of.
Actually be a disservice to
it is good, but it still sucks that he ran 40 minutes of corpo speak before he began to talk about solutions, and that's that thing that'll cause your stock to fall, which is I think all on purpose anyways. Excuse me for just a second, guys. I'm receiving a phone call. I apologize. Just a second real quick. I'm gonna pause the video.
Comes next.
I'm gonna
for
unpause.
Fortnite,
Sorry, guys. I unpaused there.
Cameo. Cool as that is. It's actually a
I
series
unpaused
of
and I lost 2
all-new
hours.
games
But,
made with
that's
Unreal
me.
in Fortnite, Epic's
God
new
damn it.
game-making toolset that
I
turns
shouldn't
Fortnite
pause the
into something
video.
like Roblox. These 3 games aren't project fans either. They're made by dedicated studios, and they even have brand tie-ins. Take the new LEGO experience, for example. It was made in collaboration with the LEGO company, and it's basically a lovingly recreated battle royale experience, but with LEGO characters, LEGO weapons, LEGO structures, LEGO everything. Like everything LEGO related, you can't but smile when you see it, and it's clear just how much love has gone into this thing. Next up is Rocket Racing, which is an all-new original racing experience made by none other than Psyonix, makers of Rocket League. It features cars that can jump, dodge, drive on the ceiling, and even give other cars not so gentle love taps. It looks cool, and it's from Psyonix. That is literally the first new game that they've made since Rocket League, so that's worth checking out for that reason alone. Finally, the biggest surprise is FORTNITE Festival. It's an all-new music experience made by Harmonix, the people behind Rock Band back in the day. Epic bought this company a little while ago, and now we see what they've been working on. It's a rhythm game focused on group play, licensed music, and
no way!
All those concert experiences.
Really?
Fortnite were clearly a warm-up round for this. To be
Oh.
perfectly honest, I'm just glad Harmonix are still around to make stuff, because it was real touch and go with them for a while. These 3 new games will all be free to play and will launch later this week. They're
Free
all
to
playable
play?
on the Fortnite client. It's just so impressive. We make fun of Fortnite, and it's important that we continue to do that. But jokes aside, it is a pretty incredible platform, and I'm always pretty blown away when I check in to see just how much Epic have achieved with it. Meanwhile, it still takes like 30 seconds for a screen to load on the Epic Game Store when you click on anything, so if you could maybe direct a few more development dollars that way, I think that'd be swell.
I really
Speaking
don't
of
like that
platforms,
fucking
platform news,
that thing
Sony
is
just gave us a
worthless.
stark reminder of the fact that when it comes to digital ownership, we don't own shit. We're just renting a license until such time as the license holder wants to revoke it. Case in point, this week Sony emailed a number of customers letting them know that if they purchased
and this is why I never bought a PlayStation TV thing ever. I've never bought a television show, and this is why. It's because they might revoke it, and I've been hearing that since 2005.
Content, so shows like MythBusters or whatever.
I'm gonna go have an olive. I'm
purchases
kind of
will
hungry.
no
I want an
longer be
olive. I'll be
available
right
in their
back.
digital libraries. You can't watch them anymore. They're totally inaccessible, and best of all, Sony said no refunds. So just to be clear, Sony sold these people video content for them to own, but since Sony are getting out of the digital TV business and Warner Brothers hold the rights to Discovery programming, Sony are yanking those purchases while refusing to compensate the people who paid for them, and these people paid for them under the assumption that they would own them forever. Is there a more perfect warning sign for what's to come in the impending all-digital future? The subscription model folds into this, but in a slightly different way, since we at least know we definitely don't own anything there. Obviously, Game Pass is the biggest gaming subscription in town, but according to Xbox, it's not big enough, and they want Game Pass on every single screen, including Sony stuff and Nintendo handhelds. To be honest, the comments aren't all that new or interesting, but for whatever reason they got picked up and did the rounds last week, when Microsoft CFO Tim Stewart said during an investor briefing that he would want to see Game Pass on basically any screen that can play it, including competitor platforms. Like I said, this did the rounds and people were like, oh, are Xbox planning on bringing Game Pass to Switch? It's kind of a lazy headline because of course Microsoft would like to do that. They've said as much many times over the years, since they would obviously benefit from having their subscription service accessible on rival platforms. But are there specific plans for this? No, and Phil Spencer said as much in a recent interview with Windows Central, quote, "I'll start by saying we have no plans to bring Game Pass to PlayStation or Nintendo. It's not in our plans," end quote. He'd go on to talk about how hardware is still very important to Microsoft. It's not all just about Game Pass. But yeah, there are no plans at the moment for Game Pass to arrive on a Nintendo Switch 2, for example, as cool as that would be. So Microsoft aren't planning for Game Pass on the Switch, but they are planning to have a mobile storefront on both Android and iOS devices. So that's a little complicated, and we need to go back a bit. During the Activision Blizzard acquisition legal battle, documents revealed that Microsoft were very much planning to one day launch their own mobile storefront, similar to the Google Play Store on Android devices and the App Store on Apple devices. Your first response to that is likely to be, wait, that's illegal. But it's not, it's just that Google and Apple currently maintain a monopoly on the most widely used mobile devices, prohibiting the installation of competing storefronts. That is slowly changing, however, as a number of recent legal battles have forced both Google and Apple to loosen their iron grip, laying the foundations for a day when these companies will be forced to allow other competing storefronts to be installed on their devices. That day hasn't arrived yet, but Microsoft are betting big that it one day will, and recently have reiterated their plans for a mobile storefront that would allow them to sell apps and games directly to consumers, bypassing the 30% cut taken by Apple and Google. Microsoft is so far along in their planning that Phil Spencer has recently said that they've begun talking to external partners about it, a sure sign that this is a hell of a lot more than just a thought bubble in an email. This push is crucial for Microsoft, since the recent Activision Blizzard King acquisition was in large part about the acquisition of King, one of the largest and most successful mobile games publishers. If Microsoft can connect directly with that audience without having to pay Apple or Google a 30% cut for in-game transactions, then that is a move that will result in hundreds of billions of additional revenue over the coming years, and you can bet Phil Spencer is going to pull out all the stops to get it done. Alrighty, time for a seriously chunky lightning round, so hold on to your butts. Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree expansion is progressing well, but don't expect it anytime soon. That's according to FromSoft producer Yasuhiro Kitao, who when speaking at an award ceremony in Japan went out of his way to quash rumors that the expansion was just around the corner. Those rumors were aspirationally hinting at a February release that always seemed ambitious but now looks wholly unlikely. Square Enix shared some high-level details about the Final Fantasy XVI DLCs currently in development. Game director Takai-san said, quote, "The 2 DLC episodes will dive further into the world of Final Fantasy XVI, where you can experience the dark and mysterious parts of Clive's story. We've also added more formidable bosses and battle content that you can enjoy. We hope you look forward to it," end quote. I love how Japanese developers always say that at the end of the stuff. It's very endearing. From some good Final Fantasy news to some bad, Final Fantasy Tactics game director Yasumi Matsuno has dashed any hopes for a Tactics remaster. Speaking on Twitter, he said, quote, "Currently there are no plans for remastering. Also,
you don't need
you
a
have to
remaster
convey your
that game.
request to Square Enix, not me. Thank you for understanding," end quote. Pour one out for Tactics fans, I guess. They've been through so much, and it seems like their suffering will only continue. This week, the ghoulish Embracer Group continued their warpath of layoffs. Their latest victims, New World Interactive, the team behind the critically acclaimed and moderately successful Insurgency Sandstorm. Embracer Group confirmed to GamesIndustry.biz that a number of people have been let go as part of what they're calling a restructure, but they weren't specific about how many jobs were affected.
Down with the
Embracer
war
Group said that support
games.
for Insurgency will continue, as will work on other unannounced projects, but to be honest, it's kind of hard to trust anything these people say. Case in point, Embracer Group looked to be following through on a threat to shut down Free Radical Design, the studio working to reboot the Time Splitters franchise. VGC reported that people close to the matter had seen a company-wide email confirming that the shutdown would happen, but Embracer Group then responded to GamesIndustry.biz saying that no such email was sent out and that no statement had been released in relation to the decision. Would be very surprised if VGC got the story that wrong, and I fully expect we'll hear confirmation on the studio's closure very soon. Warhammer Age of Sigmar Realms of Ruin apparently flopped. The publicly traded Frontier developers issued a trading update citing poor sales, causing their stock to tank some 20%.